So, arse hair. What do you think?
Too much of it.
Well, yeah, but, do you comb it? Do you wax it? Do you bleach it? I mean, I don't bleach it. Do you bleach it?
But I don't see the point in bleaching your asshole unless you intend on it being seen.
Yeah, but...
Which I don't, but I'm not shaming anyone who does.
Yeah, fair enough.
But, yes, go.
No, I've just thought, don't make it look like a jungle. Have a bit of self-respect, Just because no one else is going to see it doesn't mean that you have to let it get messy,
I'm assuming you're talking the arse hair in the crack and around the actual anus.
Yes, the hair that you quite clearly don't have when you're born, but emerges. It's the sign, They always say that puberty's, when your hormones start raging and when you start to grow facial hair and all that crap. No, it's when you grow arse hair. That's
peak puberty.
That's puberty. Yeah, that's peak puberty.
I mean, I just let it exist. I don't have too much hair actually in the arse. It's all on the cheeks.
Yeah.
It's all on the cheeks.
You should get Manscaped. Your balls will thank you. We're not sponsored, by the way. It's just, you got to get those internet jokes in there.
Manscaped, that was a pretty good read, I'd say. Pretty good setup, Manscaped. I'd sponsor us if I were you.
Yeah, Manscaped. If you're watching this, firstly, why?
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, what the hell are you doing? But yeah, if our balls are meant to thank us, who are you thanking? It's get with it. Get with the program.
Yeah, Manscaped, you got to pick it up a little bit, mate.
Yeah, and not the hair. We can do that. Just the sponsorship work.
No, where's the tiny little dustpan and brush or little vacuum cleaner that comes with the set?
I was half expecting you to say tiny little person that comes around, like a little munchkin. You put them in your pocket.
No, I go to technology first, not slavery, as opposed to you, apparently.
I mean, is it slavery if you're paying for the product? Like,
yeah, because are you going to continue paying the little human that comes with it?
I suppose, yeah. It's not a subscription. Is it a subscription-based thing? I've never gotten Manscaped.
I think it's like a subscription. But you don't have to keep it up if you don't want to. Like you could just.
In which case, the product would end and Little Munchkin would be free. So long as you're paying, they continue to work for you, which I'm pretty sure isn't slavery. I'm not condoning slavery. I want that on record. But what's the line between like a slave and a butler? Yeah, aside from the clothes they wear.
They want to serve you.
Yeah, true.
And you don't make them a servant purely based on race.
I didn't bring race into this. You did.
No, but I'm it's not unknown that slavery was, for the most part, black people.
Yes, that's true. That's historically accurate.
It would be inappropriate of us to ignore that being a fact. Which is why it's more disgusting than if slaves were all types of colours.
Yes.
Then it would be a wealth imbalance, probably.
Yeah. There's gonna be someone coming out on top. Unfortunately, most of the time it's someone like us. Which, not
what do you mean like us? I got a little bit of Sri Lankan in me. I'm not looked on favourably because of it.
Righto. I'm just gonna breeze past that and hope it doesn't come up again.
Yeah, let's go past the race issue.
Yes. So past arse hair, what did you want to talk about? Because I've done my piece. I'm just kicking back.
That was your intro.
That was my intro. You got my now your dog.
Can you hear that?
Yes, I can hear your dog.
Whatever. I'm gonna leave that in this time. I cut it last time. Go fuck itself.
Right.
I guess I'll do my intro. Hi, I'm Adam, and welcome to Budgetless. I'm gonna shoot that fucking dog.
Oh yes,
Bye.
slavery's bad, but animal abuse is good.
If they're that annoying, and if they're animal abuse is bad unless it's the Samoid. You heard it here first. You have permission. I will put a disclaimer up that says you don't actually have permission to kill your animal. I'm gonna fuck it up.
Actually, I condone that action because it got its white fur all over my black jeans last time I was around at yours. So,
you fool. Don't give me that thing.
I'm sorry. It's a magnet. It's a magnet for legs. You know, it just kept coming up to me wanting pats. What am I supposed to do? Turn it away? No.
Go pat the black dog.
The black dog was the one barking at me. If a dog's coming up to get pat, or a dog's coming up to bark at me and, you know, bite my dick off or something, I'm gonna go for the one that's not gonna bite my dick off.
Nah, she's not hostile. She's a little bitch.
She's not little.
Yeah, she is. She's not that big.
Well, she's not that small either, calm down.
No, she's not a small dog. But she's not massive. Anyway. Now that I think I just heard the dogs leave the house...
Good.
I will do my intro. Without being cut off by a little white piece of shit.
See? Equality.
Uh-huh. Didn't blame the black dog because they weren't barking. Anyway. Hello, I'm Adam. Welcome to Budgetless Presents. And today we're going to be talking about race relations.
You didn't introduce me, you bastard.
Yeah, you had your opportunity to introduce yourself, but you wanted to talk about arse hair, so that's on you.
No, there's a difference between an introduction and introducing oneself. The introduction to this was arse hair. Introducing ourselves came after arse hair. It's like it's the cold open. Arse hair was the cold open, and this is the title sequence. And you've just gone first billing, and fuck it.
I was gonna say after I said this episode's about race relations, I'm here with my co-host Jack.
Oh, there we are. Introduction's done. On to this, the main piece.
Okay, easy. Race relations. Let's not talk about them, and instead let's talk about the first 2 episodes of Wandavision.
Yes, because
a show that tries to accuse someone of being a communist. That caught me off guard. I'm gonna be real. That
to be honest, I'm very. I suppose it depends what's going to come of the actual plot. You know what's going on, but I'm surprised nothing further came after that. He's a communist. Oh, that means nothing to us. Haha. What a joke.
Well, it was clearly meant to be like the 60s, back when if you said someone was a communist, no one wanted to associate with them anymore.
I think it was the 50s, because when they went into colour it looked like the 60s, judging by the fashion.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, 50s still, people were still paranoid about communism.
Yeah, you had that whole McCarthyism.
Yeah.
BS.
So, yeah, Vision, and here's the alarming part. Vision, a robot who has seen all of our history that has been put up on the internet and is digitally available. He knew that would happen.
Yeah.
He knew that was a possibility. So Vision, that's kind of fucked.
To be fair, he was drunk on chewing gum at the time.
Yeah. No, he wasn't. It was before he had it.
Well, he knew what was going to happen. He was keen just to get it in him.
Okay.
Let's be honest. Yeah, the man had his eyes on the gum, and he would do whatever it took to get the gum.
He wanted that gum, and then he realised that he apparently has gears, which he doesn't. But it was a nice gag and all of that.
It's the 50s, you got to explain it for the kids.
They're the kids in the 50s who are seeing characters that haven't been created yet.
For a minute there, I thought you just asked if there were kids in the 50s.
There weren't. Everyone came out in their mid-20s.
Congratulations.
Yep, everyone was gay.
Yeah.
Everyone who managed to reach their mid-20s was gay.
It was the 50s.
I think...
Alright, so, WandaVision.
WandaVision. What did you think of the first 2 episodes? Because I don't think it's fair to judge them both individually.
Yeah, it was very much a 2-parted first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it. I've no idea what's going on. I'm not too sure if there are any, comic-related jokes that I've missed that you would have gotten. But as far as someone who enjoys black and white TV goes, Twilight Zone, Outer Limits, early Doctor Who, all that, got to be high to enjoy it properly kind of stuff. I thought it was good.
I enjoyed the campiness of it, something that I don't see in superhero films anymore.
Yeah.
Which I kind of miss.
Yeah.
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man films are so campy, it's incredible. But
my back.
This was clearly meant to be, because the first episode was the Dick Van Dyke Show. Because I think every episode's based on a sitcom.
Yeah.
So first episode was Dick Van Dyke Show, and the second was Enchanted or whatever it's called.
I think there were a couple there was I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a Jetsons style intro. You can't tell me that art wasn't the Jetsons.
No, that's from Enchanted. That was the opening to Enchanted.
Was it? Oh, it looked like something out of the Jetsons, or even the early.
It's the same art
Flintstones.
style as the Jetsons, really.
Yeah. Oh, well, to be honest, all 50s cartoons had the same art style.
Well, were the Jetsons the 50s?
I don't know.
Who cares? Hanna-Barbera cartoons are dead except for Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
So some notable things in that intro that you talked about. There's a statue. I think I just shook my mic. I shouldn't have done that. There's a statue of the Wizard shown on a table. The Wizard is
Does he
Budget
pee on
Quicksilver.
people?
Sure. Have you seen Jessica Jones?
No.
Okay. Well, in the second season of Jessica Jones, they have this joke character who calls himself the Wizard, who's like, I'm super fast, but it only comes into effect when I'm scared, when in reality the real Wizard is just super fast.
Right.
And then he gets scared of Jessica, runs under a building that, a construction site, and then rubble falls on him and kills him. He's barely in it. So, I guess maybe they're hinting about something to do with the Wizard later on.
Or it could have just been an Easter egg.
It could have just been an Easter egg. But the other thing, which is the most interesting, is there's a villain called the Grim Reaper. And his helmet is seen on one of the shelves. And in the comics, when Vision is put back together, they use the brainwaves of Wonder Man, who is the Grim Reaper's brother.
Right.
And there's a comic where Vision, like in Wandavision, is living out in the suburbs with a family, or that this family are all robots.
Right.
That he made. Even though the wife was using the brainwaves of Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
And when he's out at work and the kids and the wife are at home, the Grim Reaper comes in because he found out that they were using Wonder Man's brainwaves to create Vision and by extension this family life. And he was being a big old robot racist and was like, this is fucked, this is disgusting, and he was doing all this, and then he stabs the daughter, and so the wife kills the Grim Reaper and buries him in the backyard. And they're like, we can't tell Vision because he wants us to live here and be normal and not harm people and all of this.
That sounds like fun.
I don't think they're going to go that dark, to be fair, though, in WandaVision.
It's on Disney Plus, if they've got Mickey Mouse on there, then they can definitely go that dark.
I mean, they've literally had to put disclaimers over a bunch of old Disney stuff. There's some very racist, very pro-Nazi shit. They go, oh, we don't have these views today.
Family Guy had it right.
Yeah, just be Nazis?
No, not just be Nazis. They did a skit. There was an episode where Stewie and Brian are travelling through the multiverse. I think it was called Stewie and Brian Travel Through the Multiverse. And they go to they go to a Disney World. And everything's all happy until Mort the Jew shows up.
Yeah, that sounds like Disney.
Yeah.
Anyway, see that.
Family Guy's good. Well, Family Guy was good. A lot of people say it isn't good anymore. I don't know. I haven't seen the latest episodes.
I haven't seen too much of Family Guy, to be honest. But
there's half a dozen channels on YouTube you can subscribe to, and they just put out like 2 or 3 clips from each episode up per day. So it's a good way to beat the subscription. Either that or get Stan, but only get like 5 seasons of it.
That's fair. I wouldn't be surprised.
Mm.
Anyway, because we have a tendency to do this, let's get back to Wandavision, because we get off track all the time.
Well, did you want to talk about Wandavision for the whole hour, or?
No, I just want to talk about what you think is going on.
Well, we've got the Wanda, what are they doing to you? Which suggests that she knew. She doesn't know right now, but she had an awareness of what was happening to her before this whole business started. So, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't got a clue. I wouldn't have a clue.
What about the beekeeper?
Yeah. I think that there wasn't an awful lot of colour in that world. You know, it was all black and white except for that obviously fake helicopter. So
it was a toy helicopter.
Yeah.
I know it looked really shoddy, but it was a toy helicopter.
No, I mean it's obviously plastic. So I mean artificial. I think the beekeeper is there to introduce bees into the local area so they can start to pollinate some of the flowers and bring colour back into people's lives. It's like the start of the Wizard of Oz. You know, everything's that dead that it's all turned black and white. You know, bring some bees. The bees will save the world. Oh God, I sound like a hippie.
That's a pretty. Well, I haven't heard that theory before.
Of course you haven't. I don't think anyone hears my theories before. There's a reason they don't listen to me.
I'm not gonna say it's wrong because I don't know.
Yeah, you don't. I could be right. I could be Kevin Feige or Feige or Feige or whatever his name is.
Feige.
That's the one. Yeah, I could be Kevin Feige.
He just does what he wants now.
Kevin Fiji. There we go. We'll call him Kevin Fiji. Kevin Fiji. No, he's not from Fiji. He's in Fiji. He's not from Fiji.
Yeah, he probably is in Fiji. Probably can afford a private jet over there, even though flights are down.
No, he's not from. He wasn't born in Fiji. He just lives in Fiji.
Yeah, that's where he is now, though, chilling on a beach.
Yeah, sipping his mochaccino or whatever they drink. I don't know. I'm not exotic.
I like this new Fijian stereotype.
Yes.
That they drink mochachinos and only mochachinos.
Does Fiji have a stereotype?
No, because no one cares about Fiji.
What was that movie with the blue bird? That
was set in Brazil.
Ah, righto.
That was set in Rio de Janeiro, and the film was called Rio.
Ah, yes. I had a feeling it was something geographical, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
Why? What stereotype is in that film?
It's penguins of Madagascar for me.
Ah, yes, of course.
Yes.
And
Kung Fu.
From now on, every
throwback.
episode we have to mention the penguins of Madagascar or Kung Fu at one point.
To be fair, it would be rude if we didn't, so that's hardly like a contractual obligation and more just a moral obligation.
Can't wait to get slammed by DreamWorks.
What are they going to do? Get annoyed for us promoting their best movie? I think not.
Was it that good, though?
It was good.
Was it?
I don't know.
It's better than Madagascar 1 or 2 with Moto Moto.
I like 'em big. I like 'em chunky. That is the only thing I remember from that film. And I say film because it's better than a movie. It's a film. I don't remember it.
It's Martin Scorsese's cinema that he was referring to when he said Marvel movies weren't cinema.
Yes.
He went, that's cinema.
It's not Marvel, it's Madagascar.
Anyway.
Yes. Now for something completely different.
Last thing, with just thoughts over, like, on a scale of 1 to 100, what do you give the first 2 episodes of WandaVision?
That's ridiculous. It's 1 to 10. No one says 1 to 100.
I say 1 to 100 because I feel like 1 to 10 is too limiting.
Well,
unless
then you could just go like 9 point something.
Okay, cool. Then we're doing 1 to 10.
All right, cool.
Because that's just
11.
the same as 1 to 100 if I can do points.
Look, based on all I know, which is nothing, and Paul Bettany alone carrying that crap. Nothing against Ms. Olsen, but you know, Paul Bettany getting drunk, always funny. Oh no,
in Elizabeth Olsen's defense, she's a better actor than her 2 sisters. So
Well, she doesn't
the
have
Olsen.
two sisters. They're just one person that moves really quickly, so it looks like two people.
The Olsen twins, yeah. Okay.
That's the conspiracy. I thought she
believe
was
it.
one of the Olsen twins, so there's
No,
three of them?
she's their younger sister.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
Now there's three of them.
It's Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen.
This is getting out of hand.
Too many Olsens?
Yes. Now there are three of them. Yeah, I'd give it a decent 7.
7?
Yeah.
I think I'd give it 7.5, maybe?
God.
Yeah, you heard me. That's what I said. Just because I'm interested but wary as to where it's going to go next.
Yeah.
Because they could botch it really bad. But they could do something really good, so I'm just sort of on the fence. But for the first 2 episodes alone, I think 7 to 8. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed myself.
Yes, as with no context, with no knowledge of the season, as just like viewing alone. It was good. It was fun. It was a good romp.
It was a good hour and a half.
Hour.
No, the credits were fucking long.
Yeah, the credits were. I'm thinking, they're gonna put after credit sequence even in their TV shows, and no, it's just like 7 minutes of.
Why'd they make the credits so long?
Well, credits are important. You're crediting people, but it's have them an optional extra.
Yeah, but they did the cinematic credits first, like they do at the end of the films with the big names, before they do the black background, white text.
Yeah.
Everybody. It was really weird. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh well, what can you do?
Did you have anything you wanted to talk about?
No, this is your podcast. I'm the co-host,
Alright.
Suck on that.
I hate to get political, but there was something big that happened between the last recording and this recording.
Oh yeah, I set my hair on fire.
Did you?
I did.
How?
I was holding a lighter up to it. In my defense, I wasn't intending to set my hair on fire. I was trying to melt some of my earwax in my ear, because out of my right ear I can't hear properly. Well, not as good. And I
so
thought,
you held a naked flame up to your head?
Yeah, not directly up to my head. It was like
It was close enough to get your hair.
It was like, I don't know, 15 centimeters away kind of thing. And I just held it there for a bit, and I thought, maybe the wax will start to drip out. And then my hair started to catch fire, and I thought, maybe I'll stop. And then I kept going for a bit more, and it started to catch fire again. So I thought, alright, I'll stop.
Those things you can clean your ears out with. That aren't
but
flammable.
they just push it further in. And I'm not sticking a vacuum up to my ear. I'll suck my brain out. It's small enough to be able to go through my ear canal. Can't
if that
run that
happens,
risk.
I call dibs on your brain because I'm going to put it in a jar.
Why?
So I can be edgy and have your brain in a jar.
What? You're gonna need a pretty small jar.
No, I can have any size jar I want.
Are you gonna do a My Little Pony? Is my brain gonna become your new cum jar?
You wish, dude. No. I wouldn't use a brain for that.
What would you use?
Severed fingers.
Alright, you're welcome to them.
You don't need those?
Well, if you've got my brain, you might as well take the rest of me as well. I hate incomplete sets.
I guess that's fair, but then you'll start to smell and decompose.
Well, you can separate me, do with me as you wish. Just, I'd rather one person has the entirety of me. It's like only having left arm of Exodia the Forbidden One. You gotta have the entire thing. You might not always be able to use the entire thing, but you've got the entire thing. I can't believe I just made a Yu-Gi-Oh reference.
So what you're saying is that if I have your decrepit corpse, it's on par with having all the cards that summon a god.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, have you got any better use for me?
They can test how dangerous stuff is by throwing you at it first.
Well, there you go. like I said, so long as one person has me, you can do with me as you please. That came out wrong, but you know what I mean. Why the fingers? Why would the fingers be in the jar?
Irrelevant. Anyway.
No.
No, it doesn't matter.
If they're my fingers,
you're dead at this point. It doesn't matter. You can't ask questions.
I can ask questions now while I'm still alive. At this
well, then
point,
I
I'm
take
alive.
it back. I retract the statement.
Which means that as soon as I'm dead, you're gonna do it. Satisfy
How do you
my
know that?
curiosity. Because I know you. Satisfy my curiosity and answer why my fingers would be in a jar full of your semen.
They wouldn't be at first. It would be an empty jar.
Well, yes. What? The end result.
Because I run out of places to put it.
You mean you don't just drink it like the rest of us?
I'm sick of it. It doesn't taste the same.
Yeah. To be fair, this got disgusting very quickly, and I would be surprised if we have anyone still listening, to be honest.
Yeah, which is great, because the original thing I was going to talk about, when I said I'm not going to get political, was the Capitol riots and the second impeachment.
Yeah.
But,
Imagine,
you know, we'll go with severed fingers in a cum jar for a bit.
Imagine getting impeached more than you have been voted. I think now, because there's that clip from the newsroom where America led the world in, I think, something like adults who believe that fairies are real, incarcerated citizens per capita, and military spending. That's right, because that came up last week with the penguins of Madagascar.
Yeah, but that wasn't modern day military spending. That was under Bush and Obama's administrations.
Yeah, but still, they lead the world in that. So now they also lead the world in president who has been impeached more times than he's been elected. Well done, America.
Take that, Obama. You weren't even impeached once.
Haha, suck on that.
You got impeached twice, idiot. I love it. Look. I remember waking up on the Thursday, because it happened on the Wednesday, which would have been Wednesday night, Thursday morning here. And I went out into the living room and I could hear Mum watching the news. And I could hear Trump talking. And I hadn't seen anything. I went, just turn him off. I don't want to hear his fucking, I won the election, little whine.
Yeah.
And she went, oh, have you seen it? And I went, what? And she went, what happened at the Capitol? And I went, what the fuck happened at the Capitol? She went, oh, it got stormed and a couple people died. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Let him drone on about it then. I don't give a shit. And then I found out it was he was the one who told them to march down to the Capitol in the first place.
Yeah.
I was like, lol. He needs to be held accountable for this. And then he got impeached, thankfully. And he's moving out, apparently. He's already, I don't know if he has finished moving out, but he's started.
Yeah, they've had moving vehicles. I first heard about it on Twitter, because some of the people that I follow, like mutuals, they're all going on, or everyone was going on about it, just saying, oh god, oh fuck, and I'm thinking, what the hell am I supposed to be reacting to this time? Have they announced a recast on someone's TV show, or is the world ending? People on Twitter all react to the same things. But
they're recasting the president.
Yeah, they're recasting the president.
He's not as fat or orange anymore, but he's a bit older.
Yeah. I was on TikTok yesterday, I think it was.
Go on. I don't give a shit anymore. I have it. There's no shame anymore. I have it. Go on.
Yeah. Purely for watching videos, but I'm sure you've heard of the theory that Australia isn't real and that we're all people paid. I don't know why. I'm curious why. I have so many questions, but anyway, it came up. This guy, I think he was joking. The way he was, like, the hashtags.
Was he an American?
He was.
He wasn't.
No, but the hashtags that he was putting on his videos seemed to be the more just meme-related ones, if anything.
Yeah. I made my butter chicken, by the way.
Yeah, I figured that by the fact that you'd become even less coherent than you usually are.
Fuck off, cunt. Go
Yeah, he was one of these, and I wrote on the comment, what would it take to convince you that we're real? I'm curious to have an actual intellectual discussion, and he said something about being given $62 million.
You think there's something about that number?
Yeah, is it specific? I don't know. It just
Is
seems
our population 62 million?
I don't know. Let me Google it.
Okay, I was going to Google it, but you just said you would, so off you go.
Australia population. No, not Australia police. Population. 25.3 million.
Fuck. I thought we were over 40 mil. I'm an idiot.
Yeah. It does have me curious. Why Australia specifically? Because I've never heard about any other country. And
What, not existing?
yeah.
I think it's because we're very far, despite being a Western country, we're very far to the east and we're not near any other countries, really. We're on our lonesome.
Yeah.
And also because a lot of our animals seem like creatures that would be made up for a video game.
Which, I
Platypus.
mean, baller move, not gonna lie.
The platypus is just what happens when God has a bunch of animal parts left over and shoves them together and throws it in the fucking river.
The platypus is what happens when beavers and ducks fuck.
It's the only mammal with a bill. It's the only mammal with a toxic spine.
Only mammal that lays eggs.
No, one of two, but yes.
What's the other one?
Echidna.
Ah, well, no one cares about them.
Because they're believable, because they're just a bigger version of a hedgehog / porcupine, but
Yeah.
they have a long nose.
I think we just triggered all the Sonic the Hedgehog fans, but, who gives a shit about that?
Bro, who cares? They just fucking draw DeviantArt fanfics of them being fucked in the ass by Knuckles.
Yeah. Which one was Knuckles again? Was he the one with the two
Echidna.
tails?
He's an echidna. He's the red one.
Ah. Anyway.
Blue one and the red one and the yellow one and the black one. He's edgy.
But it does raise the question. What's to stop us from turning around and saying America isn't real? It's just a bunch of actors that are currently disagreeing with the director because the lead is having a hissy fit. There's nothing in that argument that can't then be flipped on their head.
We can say that.
Yeah, because
I think
the same guy, he was also saying that the Earth is a trapezoid, not the usual flat. If he were flat, perhaps I would believe the theory, but the fact that he said trapezoid specifically has me thinking, he's just taking the piss.
Oh, he definitely is. If he thinks it's a trapezoid.
Yeah.
I just said
Yeah, I know.
My brain just combusted, dude. We could say America isn't real, but knowing them, and this is 100% going to be a racist remark against America, and I don't care, they'll take it personally and attack us.
Yeah, well, the stupid ones will. I know some smart Americans, and I know
Yeah, we all know some smart Americans, but
yeah,
unfortunately, they're few and far between.
Yes. Which is a shame, because when I went there for school, the people that I spoke to, well, aside from the one who tried to steal my wallet, were lovely. They were fantastic people. The first guy I spoke to, I bought just a drink off him, and I had no idea how their currency worked. And I said, "Oi, have you got 5 minutes?" And he said, "Yeah, man." And that's my accent for you. Yeah, it'll do. I said, what the hell's going on with your currency? And he explained it to me, and I tipped him a $5 for his time. And yeah, which was fantastic. Everyone else that we met, tour guides, airport attendants, even just the average Joe Blow, were all very polite to us. And yet they're being led by idiots, which is a shame.
But that's because they believe the lies of the idiot.
Yeah. Well,
idiots, I should say. There's multiple.
The electoral system allows the select number of them that believe the lies of the idiots to ensure that the idiots get into power.
Oh, they need to get rid of the Electoral College because it was only instated due to how they counted votes of slaves.
Yes.
And I don't know if they've looked around. That's not relevant anymore. So just go with the popular vote.
Yes, but that would require changing things so that rich white men aren't in power anymore, and we know that's never a good idea.
They'll still be in power because they'll be the only two up for it.
Well, yeah, but you know, it'll be interesting to see what Biden does. Not gonna lie.
Stop it. Look, I'm much more in favour of him over Trump, but I don't think he's gonna do too much.
Oh yeah, no, it's rock in a hard place, but you know, at least a hard place, you don't know what you're dealing with. A rock you can mine.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm a Bernie bro, Bernie Sanders supporter, but you know I can't say that because I'll just be called a commie, so I'll keep it under wraps.
Yeah, what's wrong with communism? I mean, I know what's wrong with communism, but but people always say, you know, you can't do this, can't do that. Yeah, it's communist. And?
It's because of McCarthyism and all of that hatred towards communism.
Yeah.
So even small socialist ideals are met with anger because socialism it eventually becomes communism.
Yeah.
Yeah, for full socialism, I should say, not aspects. Like, we have socialized healthcare here and in basically every other developed nation in the world except America.
Yeah.
Because they won't accept it because it's
They're
a
idiots.
socialized, socialist, communist Russia. Nope, we're not having it.
Yeah. It's amazing that Facebook, one of the world's top social media platforms, was started in America, given it's called social media and not capital media.
That's because Mark Zuckerberg is secretly a Russian lizard.
I thought he was an alien lizard, but alright.
He's a Russian alien lizard. There's
Well,
a planet
same
called
thing.
Russia as well.
Ah. That's where
Very
Sputnik
confusing.
ended up.
If you want to believe that, hey, I mean, it's probably more realistic than
Then what?
Mark Zuckerberg being a human.
Yeah, fair point. Have you seen his eyebrows? They're non-existent.
That's not enough to go off.
Yeah, true.
It's more the fact that he never blinks.
That's not enough to go off. Actually, yeah, no, that is enough to go off.
You don't blink?
I'm not blinking now.
I'm gonna have to end the podcast. I'm very uncomfortable now. I'm gonna have to go and scrub everything I've ever sent to you.
Yeah.
If you're a lizard, then you're working with the Russians.
I mean,
And I want Vladimir Putin sliding in my DMs, you know what I mean?
yeah. He'll start playing Rasputin at you.
I'd let Rasputin slide in my DMs if he was still alive.
Yeah. Well, what's to say he isn't? Dude survived getting poisoned. Apparently survived getting shot when they chucked him in the river. He still had water in his lungs, suggesting he'd drowned. So, you know,
You were playing Rasputin is immortal.
I'm suggesting something was going on with him, and it wasn't the magic mushrooms.
Super soldier serum.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Also,
Oh, yes.
that beard. I mean, whew, I'm just sweating.
I mean, that if the super soldier serum is pure testosterone, then that's where that beard came from.
Yeah.
Or it's all the sex he had from made him invincible.
I mean,
'Cause didn't he have like all the sex?
yeah. I mean, apparently he didn't do it with Mrs. Tsar, but we know he did.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
He probably did it with the blokes
Didn't the
as
Tsar
well.
leave him alone with her for like weeks?
Yeah.
And to look after their sick son?
Yeah, you don't cure a kid over the phone by not, doing something with his mother.
Yeah, you can't cure a kid's illness without fucking his mum.
Yeah.
You know, clip
Why do you think doctor's such a popular profession?
That's why there's such a high threshold as well.
Yeah.
For your grades, so you're worthy of it.
Yeah.
All doctors are good at sex.
Yeah. I mean, look at House.
Is he good at sex? I've seen episodes of House. I didn't think that was overly implied.
Well, there's an episode where he gets a prostitute to pretend to be a corpse. So
Oh, he's got.
Yeah,
For
the sake of a practical joke, and then she reminds him, "Oh, you've still got like 3 hours left." Hoo-hoo. We're in a mortuary. Hoo-hoo. You look like a corpse.
He fucks her in a morgue?
Yeah. I think so.
Yo.
I don't know. I haven't seen the entire episode, but dude's
I wouldn't
bald.
fuck someone in a morgue.
Why not?
Dead people.
Be pretty cool.
But if you tell someone I fucked someone in a morgue, they're immediately going to assume they were dead themselves.
No, the person he fucked wasn't dead.
No, I know that, but if you tell someone, you're like, oh, I just fucked this chick in a morgue, they'll go, why did you fuck a corpse? And then you have to explain, oh, it wasn't a corpse.
No.
It was a prostitute.
It looked like a corpse.
For a joke. Here, I took photos.
on my co-workers who won't admit to it because I'm blackmailing them.
Have you seen Arrested Development?
No.
There's an episode where the main character Michael thinks he's got a secret sister because there's an account called N Bluth. Their last name is Bluth, and there's a bunch of money that had gone into that account from his father. So he assumed it was an account for his sister because he was extorting money from the company. And then he goes to find her, and it turns out she's a prostitute. And it's not actually his sister, it's just a prostitute who would fuck his dad. But he just assumes it's his sister and hires her to work in the office for accounting, and then doesn't actually stay in the office after he hires her, so she just fucks everybody in the office. And he's on the phone, and then they just keep saying, she keeps blowing all the guys, and he's like, you keep forgetting to stay away. She's blowing them away. I know, she's great at her job. And then it turns out their other brother has been pretending to be a pimp for the sister, the not sister prostitute, by hiding in the darkness and talking as his black puppet, Franklin.
This sounds like a weird show.
It's a good show. It's Russo brothers.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's what they did before. They did that, Community, and then they went on to do Marvel shit.
I haven't seen Community either.
That's a good show too. That's also Dan Harmon. So.
Oh yeah.
From a show you probably don't understand. Probably not smart enough for it, but it's called Rick and Morty.
Oh, I've heard of Rick and Morty. Apparently, there's this mildly humorous moment where he turned himself into a gherkin.
No, he turns himself into a pickle, and it's the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, he does so in defiance of God, but alright.
Go.
I remember someone mentioning that Hugh Laurie would make a good live-action Rick if they ever decided to unleash that.
Why?
Upon
No,
the world.
don't do live-action Rick and Morty.
Why not?
I mean, it's not too far off with Hugh Laurie, but still don't do it.
Why not?
Keep that... Look, I don't mind Rick and Morty. I just hate the fans.
Yeah, it's
keep
fair.
that cesspit of a fan base animated. Also, keep Hugh Laurie from being mauled by children screaming wubba lubba dub dub.
Yeah. Protect Hugh Laurie at all costs.
Exactly. He doesn't deserve that.
No, he's doing Avenue 5 anyway, so he's busy.
I haven't seen that.
It's alright. It's not bad.
That's good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen much of his stuff, actually.
Yeah, I've seen bits of House. I've seen that. Yeah, that's it.
He's not known for much else.
We should just make this the Hugh Laurie episode.
Yeah, sure, fuck
Yeah.
it. So, budget...
This episode is dedicated to Hugh Laurie. He's not
May he
dead
rest
or
in
anything, but...
No, he is.
Oh.
His career will be if he plays a live-action Rick.
Alright. Never mind, this episode isn't dedicated to Hugh Laurie anymore.
Budgetless presents an episode dedicated to Hugh Laurie. May he not rest in peace if he does a live action Rick and Morty. If he does, then may he rest in peace when his time finally comes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Also, House is okay, apparently. I think I've heard it's alright, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen
It's funny.
it. Yeah. I've seen clips of it.
It's
But,
pretty. It's pretty. What was it? The children say these days? Poggers. I heard that the other day. What the fuck does poggers mean? Why do we keep coming up with words? What happened to wizard? Wizard was fantastic.
Did you just find out about Pog and Poggers and PogChamp?
Yes, which is odd because my nickname is Coggers. So I'm curious as to why. This
Coggers.
Don't do that ever again.
I'm here with Poggers Coggers. No, it's just sort of like, like with most things on the internet, it started with an actual meaning and it just grew to be something you said.
Ah, like, I'm sorry. Or I love you.
Yeah, but that's just us.
Yeah. Well,
the original Poggers guy had to have his emotes taken off Twitch and replaced with alternate ones because he was a anti-vaxxer, COVID denier, and a huge Trump supporter who helped plan the Capitol riots.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was funny. He also, to be fair, if you start your online career as a pro Street Fighter 4 player, you're either going to continue down that path or become irrelevant. So he chose to try and stay relevant by being an idiot.
It's a solid business plan, not gonna lie.
Works for the president, works for everyone else.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So we've talked about Wandavision, we've talked about Hugh Laurie.
Yeah, more than I thought we would.
My finger's in a cum jar.
Well, thank God we're not doing video as well as audio.
Yeah.
My cum jars.
If we were, then it would just be us sitting down talking to each other anyway. We're not doing live reenactments. This is a podcast, not an audio drama.
What the fuck you mean we're not going to do live reenactments of the live action Rick and Morty starring Hugh Laurie?
You can if you want. I have better things to do with my time.
Look, I was actually just about to do an impression of Rick, and then I realised I can't. So, and
Thank
even
God for
if I
that.
tried, it would be incredibly cringy. So I'm not going to subject anyone listening to that.
Yeah, but good. It's a fantastic choice.
Speaking of fantastic choices, segue, Fantastic Four.
Oh God, I thought you were going to promote Manscaped again.
You ever wonder how the Human Torch gets rid of his pubes?
Sets them on fire like I set fire to my hair. See, this whole episode has been just building to that.
It's a circle.
Yeah.
It was planned. It's all scripted out. Hundreds of pages.
It's like poetry, it rhymes.
Mm-hmm. Huh?
Did you see that video that popped up about George Lucas just walking through the back of someone's TV
I've
broadcast?
seen I think I shared that on Facebook as well.
Yeah, that's pretty
it's
cool.
the one where it plays Metal Gear Solid music the second he pops into frame. And he's just staring at it and it's like dun, 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 and then he walks into a store and then it cuts off.
Yeah.
I love that. We've seen that image of George Lucas standing very, very close to J.J. Abrams' face.
He's just zooming in, and
someone
said that when he wasn't in control of Star Wars anymore, you can't get a clear picture of George Lucas anymore. There was that one with J.J. Abrams. There was him of holding the Baby Yoda puppet taken by Jon Favreau, but it's blurry. But he still posted it onto his Instagram anyway.
Because Jon Favreau's old.
You'd think that one of the modern film directors of our time would know how to take a clear picture, but alright, or at least just reshoot.
It was probably the only chance he got. He probably finally captured George Lucas.
Yeah.
He was too excited.
There were clear pictures of Lucas with Rosario Dawson.
Oh, when she was in a Ahsoka outfit.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a couple of.
What were your thoughts on that? Because I know a lot of people didn't like it, and a lot of people were okay with it. Fuck. Oh well.
On what, the season as a whole, or her as Ahsoka?
Ahsoka Tano in Mandalorian.
Oh.
Series as a whole, I'm sure you can agree was very good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was alright. To be honest, I was expecting Rex to come back, given as Tamara Morrison was I mean, I knew he'd been confirmed as Boba. There was no official confirmation as Rex, but I was expecting, especially after Clone Wars Season 7, there to be some Ahsoka and Rex action. But, it's...
Just Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Look, this Season 3 will come out eventually. Probably not next year. Unfortunately, probably the year after.
Yeah.
Because we got a bunch of shows now. Fucking...
Book of Boba Fett.
Book of Boba Fett. The Ahsoka
the
show.
Droid show.
The Droid show.
Bad Batch.
I think Bad Batch is coming soon, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Bad Batch is one of the first ones that's coming. There's the Ahsoka show itself. I think there were 10 that were announced, I think. There's Ewan McGregor returning, of course.
The Obi-Wan Kenobi one with Hayden Christensen as well.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah. Someone pointed out, too, in the Ahsoka episode of Mandalorian, when she's fighting the village chief lady and Mando's fighting the hired gun. The Western and the sort of Japanese samurai elements to it were the two themes that George Lucas said inspired him doing Star Wars: the spaghetti westerns and the old samurai movies. And there you are, you've got the two fights representing the basis of Star Wars. It was a nice touch.
That's actually really... I mean, the entirety of Mandalorian does feel like a spaghetti western.
Yeah.
For the most part. But
I mean...
That fight felt very Japanese samurai showdown.
Yeah.
In like a Zen garden.
Yeah. But the Mandalorian himself, obviously you've got Pedro Pascal as the main guy, the voice, whenever he takes his helmet off, which is becoming increasingly frequent for, all the crap in the first season. I think there were 3 main people that do it. I can't remember the names of the other 2. But one of them is the one that does the samurai work. Like when he's got his long gun, or now the Beskar staff, all that business. Doing the sort of the hand-to-hand melee combat. But John Wayne's grandson also goes under the helmet and does all like the gunslinging and the twirling and holstering and all that business to really make him feel like a Western guy, because he had the same training as John Wayne. So it's a good attention to detail.
Well, I mean, Westerns took a very long nap, to be fair.
Yeah.
They're still pretty, dead. But like we've seen it incorporated into 2 genres very well. Those being sci-fi with The Mandalorian and superheroes with Logan. That was very Western.
Yeah.
And they tried to do like the Magnificent Seven.
I suppose the obvious Westworld too.
Yes, I haven't seen Westworld.
I've only
but that's
seen
also
the first season.
that's also sci-fi, as far as I'm aware. Because cyborgs or something.
Yeah.
It's like Blade Runner.
Yeah, the original Westworld, the movie, there were I think there were like 3 theme parks. You had Westworld. There was like a medieval kind of thing.
Whitewater World and Dream World.
No. But you had those 3, and Yul Brynner was the main turn evil cowboy, but was only a single feature length, so they didn't have the massive plot that the HBO series has. But it still starts off, or mainly in Westworld. So
yeah,
it'd be an interesting experience. I wonder if we will ever get to that stage
with the expansion of Westworld.
Yeah, to humanoid, like theme parks kind of thing, instead of VR immersion, actual immersion. I mean, there's everything that could go wrong, but it'd still be fun.
Well, that's the thing, is that we'll reach that point, and then there'll be someone who goes, "Oh, well, we got to think about this."
Yeah.
Fucking loser.
Yeah.
Think about our safety and shit.
I mean, you could always have like the robots be piss weak. Get rid of all the prostitute crap.
What?
There's like robot prostitutes in it. But
they're going to be the first robots that humans make.
we already have. But I mean,
yeah, but we don't have true ones.
Yeah,
AI, I mean.
yeah. But as far as like Westworld is concerned, you make them super weak. That way they can't physically beat people. You no actual weapons in there, so like everything is a blank. So they can't even. They shoot each other. It's just effects. They can't actually shoot us, because that was what happened in the movie. They ended up shooting people. It was actual bullets.
Spoilers.
It's been out since what, the 80s?
I don't care.
I did.
I spoiled the ending of Mandalorian for Brad the other day. I thought he'd seen it, or if he hadn't seen it, he wasn't going to. He hadn't even seen season 1, but I just briefly mentioned that Luke Skywalker was in the finale, and he went, "Why the fuck did you tell me that?" I'm like, "Bro, shut the fuck up."
I mean, if you didn't tell him, then the internet would have. So
I'm surprised the internet hadn't already told him.
yeah,
People were very hype about it.
yeah,
Anyway, go on.
yeah. But yeah, you make the robots weak as hell. No actual weapons, things like that. And for proper immersion, you make anything they interact with, like, I don't know, sugarcane or balsa wood. You know, can look real, but it's very flimsy. Sacrifice a bit of realism for safety. That way you won't have all the Karens saying, "Oh, my 2-year-old was shot."
Shut the fuck up, Karen. I don't care your child got shot. Stop being such a Karen. Just let your child die.
Well, to be fair, any anti-vaxxer Karen would.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I do enjoy the thought that one day there will be AI, but we need to put in robot laws.
Yeah. Well, we
At
have
some
robot
point,
laws.
things that robots can't do. I mean, especially for the economy.
Yeah.
And people having jobs.
Yeah. But
anyway, this is a light-hearted show where we talk about media and not
the
ethics of robot creation.
It's been an hour, so... Well, pretty
Not
much.
yet, it hasn't. Not for me.
Yeah, well, 57 minutes. Yeah, it's...
Okay, well, how about this? Because I'm going to leave this all in because I'm lazy. Just kidding, I'm kidding, I'll cut it.
I know you're lazy.
Hang on! Let's end it off with what is one show, movie, book, anything, YouTube channel that you've been watching lately that you think people should check out? What have you been watching / reading this week?
Well, I've been watching it for years, but
I know what it's going to be.
I've been rewatching Red Dwarf, which is on Stan, which sci-fi sitcom. Started in the late 70s, early 80s. I think it's 70s, but yeah, that's good. Watch Red Dwarf.
I'm actually shocked you didn't do Doctor Who for the first one, but
I mean that goes without saying. If you
they don't know that.
If you provide a link to my YouTube channel, then it goes without saying. But yeah, no, watch Red Dwarf. Red Dwarf's good.
It's on Stan.
Yeah, it's on Stan. You can find clips on YouTube.
Whatever the equivalent of Stan is in your country, because I think it's an Australian only thing.
Yeah. Or buy a DVD. Support physical media. There we go. That's my message. Support physical media.
Support physical media.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to go out and resurrect Blockbuster, but don't complain about power's out or no Wi-Fi when you have a DVD player and you're trying to watch online. Don't give me that shit. Buy a DVD. Read a book. De-digitalize.
Read a book. Doesn't recommend a book.
Read a book. Stop listening to this podcast.
No!
Do yourself a favour.
No! Put it... subscribe and then stop listening.
Yes. Like, favourite, subscribe, share really helps us out
You
a
don't
lot.
favourite anymore, dude. What the fuck?
Add
to watch later so you can watch it again.
Well, I mean,
Add to queue.
It's
Put
not.
it on a loop.
It's not rewatch later. It's just watch later.
Yeah, watch it again. Don't give a shit.
All right. Yeah.
This week I have been I've been watching
My Neighbor
Weeds.
Totoro.
Yeah, whatever he said. I've been watching Weeds. It's good, but only the first few seasons. Don't watch anything past that.
Yeah. Whatever he said.
You know, because it's a sitcom and they hate... Well, it's not really a sitcom. It's more of a dramedy. Dramedy. We don't have any more dramedies, do we?
No.
Shows were better back when they were all dramedies.
Shows were back better when we were young enough to not appreciate the nuances of shows.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hard vibe with Thomas the Tank Engine, bro.
Oh, Thomas the Tank Engine has been ruined. Don't even... Next episode, we're talking detail about Thomas the Tank Engine. There we are.
What about the controller?
Don't even get me started. I have to
notice how I
save my
just called him the
content for the
controller?
next. Please.
Alright. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Adam, your host, and...
I have been and continue to be Jack.
Okay, Jack.
Yeah.
He will always be Jack. Until I force him at gunpoint to legally change his name. Hopefully he forgets I said this.
Look, to be honest, I've been considering it. I don't know what I'd change it to. Maybe something cool like Dennis.
Yeah. Sleep on it.
Yeah.
Maybe pick a better
Alright.
name.
Nigel.
Sure, that's better. Fuck it.
I'll nickname myself to Nigel Thornbury and just grow a ginger mustache and say,
I love
smashing.
Nigel Thornbury.
What a woman.
You know, I didn't actually know Tim Curry voiced him.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't know that.
Tim Curry's a
Until
beast.
recently. Yeah, except he's paralysed.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, you've been listening to Adam and Jack ramble on about shit for an hour, which...
It's called Budgetless... whatever.
Yeah, Budgetless Productions, which speaks volumes.
Budgetless Presents.
Yeah.
Budgetless Presents.
Alright, Budgetless something. We're
Budgetless
that
Presents with
cheap,
Adam and
we
Jack.
can't even afford a consistent title.
Can't even afford an outro.
Yeah. Look, I'll play the spoons someday, you know.
Yeah,
I've got my kazoo around here. Shall I fire up the kazoo?
Yeah, play on the kazoo whilst I talk us out with a little bit of background music, a little bit of background flair. Thank you very much for watching Budgetless Presents with Adam and Jack. As this incredible melody plays us out, I would like to say thank you for listening, and we hope to have you back next time. Please like, subscribe, comment what you thought. Bye.